Why are you stealing about you on your own?
You ask me this? Well, let me ask you, why did you turn your guns on innocent people?
I'm asking the questions. Why are you going in the dark on your own?
I am going to wash the blood of the innocent dead from my hands. Oh, that won't be so easy for you.
Any that got it deserved it.
I wouldn't, Padre! Just go about your business.
Oh, you read me wrong, soldier. I wish only to give you now that mark you must carry. Take it with you. All of you! You'll never have peace while it's upon you!
Keep walking, Father. Or I'll leave you with a couple of marks of your own.
Whatever strength I have left is needed elsewhere, but I'll tell you this as I leave. The truth of the atrocity that you have visited upon this city, upon these people, will have no hiding place. You and your command can build walls of lies to hide it. You can bury it in false statements and reports. But the truth will find you. And it will wipe the sneers from your faces.
I had arranged to meet my love Elizabeth after the march at 8 o'clock under the Guildhall. She didn't know I had been murdered. She had heard of the day's events, but as was her way, she stayed away from news and uncertain whispers. She simply trusted I would be there. So she stood alone under the solemn sky of a grieving city, listening as the Guildhall clock marked out the time. Every minute after 8, her anxiety grew. My family knew she would be there waiting for me. My father set aside his own grief and went to her.
my love, my heart, this day, please return to me, my groom-to-be, my world, my destiny.
For every tragedy we have seen, there are 1,000 others. 1,000 tears to follow. This was one. This was mine. Tuesday was the day when the wakes of the victims were open to public grief. Huge crowds made their way from home to home, from sorrow to sorrow. That evening, 13 coffins were carried, one by one in poignant procession, from their home to St. Mary's Church in Craigan. Large crowds walked in each silent procession in the darkness of that chill evening. Street lamps and a winter moon illuminated the way to the church. St. Mary's kept its doors open the entire night. Crowds of people, young and old, gazed with haunted faces upon the 13 coffins of the dead laid out before the holy altar and the image of a suffering Christ upon the cross. When all others had gone, one man stood alone before the bodies, Father Edward Daly, a man and a priest who now felt the enormity of all that had unfolded.
Mercy seems so far distant this night. Deep into darkness I now gaze, and I may fear it may overwhelm. I ask for the strength to withstand it. I ask that I might find the words and the wisdom to minister to the people of this city whose hearts now ache with an unimaginable grief. I search my faith, beg my Lord's way. dark days, how can I guide? A cold wind has found its way here. Coffins lie under the cross here. A pale light from holy candles holds back despair and darkness. I see no grace. Beg my Lord's way through these dark days. His hand must guide. As I look upon this cross, I see the murder of innocence, cruelty, humiliation. I remember, Lord, how you were mocked in death by soldiers. These great iniquities perpetuate still. They surround me now. Innocence lies dead and dying again. We, the peacemakers, must rise to oppose this evil. They cannot kill us all. I beg the humility, the strength, and the grace to do all that lies before me. I hold to grace, seek my Lord's way through these dark days. His strength is mine.
I'm but too late, Father.
You've time enough, John Johnston.
Though grief, shock, despair, and disbelief lay open like wounds across the city, some wasted no time in conducting their own twisted, self-serving version of events. A wise man once said, "A lie can travel halfway around the world while the truth is putting on its shoes." And that is exactly what was set into motion immediately after darkness fell upon the city, and continuing for years after. The wall of lies began to rise. Statements began to emerge from British sources denying any wrongdoing, even painting the victims as the aggressors.
There are wild claims that people were shot in the back. If they were shot in the front because they had a weapon or a nail bomb. What was undertaken here was a controlled engage and arrest operation. We were fired upon first and took up a defensive posture.
I fired a number of shots, yes, but only at gunmen and nail bombers who attacked me first. I pointed it all out on the map to the Royal Military Police, counting for every shot. I don't recall being at this rubble barricade where others were said to have died. I don't recall.
My men don't do indiscriminate shootings and killings, and we don't do conspiracies. In fact, In terms of the numbers killed, it is perfectly possible that those firing savagely and wildly at us from the other side actually killed and injured their own people.
Well, yes. Now that certain facts have emerged and bullet tracings point to my presence there, I do now recollect firing shots at the rebel barricade, but only because I had identified a bomber.
One para reacted with reasonable force in the face of a brutal assault by gunfire. We hit targets that were gunmen and bombers. That's the reality of this.
Even the dead had nail bombs in their pockets. This was a mob of killers, and...
Enough. Enough now. I have little stomach to hear these lies, or to have them heard again. Do you? Do you? We have had to endure so many falsely constructed accounts, cover-ups, and falsely constructed statements. A sham whitewashing that Father Daly called the second atrocity. They hid a chain of disgrace and responsibility that leads to places and names they don't want named. They built their wall of lies high. For across time it has always been inaction, injustice, and the silence of the witness that has allowed malice to overthrow mercy. Do you really think they could silence us? This city, this spirit, brick by brick we pull it down, and each time more of the truth is set free. But there are other truths, powerful affirmations of our humanity, our light, the bravery, honor, selflessness, and sacrifice of ordinary people that day. Those such as Barney McGuigan, who moved from a place of cover so that Paddy Doherty would not die alone. An act of profound human kindness and selflessness that cost him his life. Others such as Alex Nash, who walked into no man's land so he could lay his hand upon his dying son. Or Father Daly, Tom O'Gara, and other priests such as Father Dennis Bradley and Father Tony Mulvey, who actively put themselves in harm's way to give solace to so many in their time of dying. The list of honor outweighs the army shame. People helping people in time of need. Neighbours, strangers, ambulance men, doctors, off-duty nurses, and the Knights of Malta responders. Those such as Evelyn Lafferty, who placed herself in the midst of paratrooper gunfire to save lives. And there are more still. Mothers, fathers, wives, sons, daughters, who picked up the pieces of shattered lives and marched bravely into the future. Those who gathered their strength about them and campaigned for truth in the face of falsehoods, accusations, and fabrications. This city, our people, us, we have carried at a dignity about us and with us, then and now. Across the long years of injustice, we have carried it. We are elevated by it and through it. Across the long years of injustice, we have carried it. Step by step, we march with grace and dignity towards justice. This march goes on to remember what you did, to remember them. This march goes on. They say every human suffers two deaths. The first, when our last breath leaves our body. The second, when all memory of our time on this earth has passed.
The city where we fell holds our memory. Its walls, murals, the people that tell our stories and give meaning to our lives.
In that way, we have never left you. We are with you, folded inside the loving world around you. And this, there is truth.
Though injustice may seem insurmountable,
though the darkness may threaten to overwhelm us,
remember this.
There is a light in that darkness, and the darkness has never been able to overcome it.
Here there is light, a light that shines in our memory, a
forever